Okay.
Yeah.
So we're not playing something this week.
Oh, yeah, sure. Wait all week.
You didn't wait all week to play.
I waited, last Thursday, right?
Yeah, what do you want to play?
Huh?
What do you want to play?
Whatever you forced me to play.
Well, I'm forcing you to watch something this week.
Oh, man.
So,
Clean my glasses.
remember when we watched that trailer for the Nintendo Switch a couple months back? I don't remember when it was. You remember that, Dad?
Yes, I remember that. I was here.
Okay.
You made new friends with the
You-
Switch in the airport.
I don't know what he's talking about.
That was in the trailer for the Switch.
Oh,
you can make new friends
you
at
said-
the airport.
Yeah, I thought you meant me as in
No, you didn't. You
the
scared
guy
me.
in the
I
video.
thought the same thing.
I eat glue.
So Nintendo had their presentation for the Switch last week where they showed off more details. You guys don't know any of this stuff, right?
What stuff?
All I know about the Switch is what we saw with the first video.
Yeah, that.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So we're going to record you guys watching some footage of the Switch and some trailers for games coming to the Switch, and I want to see what you think, and then we'll talk about it a little bit after,
You know, I
okay?
don't like being serious. God damn it.
Who said you got to be serious?
Alright, I feel better.
The first 5 minutes of the video you haven't been serious. I told you, be you.
Well, then I'll try.
I'll try to be me. I don't know if I can do it. All right, so
Which media want
this
me
is
to be?
part of you. I want
Alright,
to be you.
I'm ready. Go ahead.
This is part of the presentation that they showed. This was a live stream presentation from Japan where they're talking about the Switch and they talk about some stuff that we didn't know about beforehand. So I'm going to show it to you to see what you guys think. And feel free to comment on it as you're watching or don't say anything. Just do whatever you want. Oh, there it goes. All right, so what'd you get from that?
It's more responsive. It's more interactive.
No, 2 colors.
Nope. Nope.
Remember, folks, I'm not the gamer.
2 colors, neon red, neon blue.
Yeah.
Of all, and there are
It's-
extra colors,
and
but it
there's-
only showed neon red and neon blue.
And
a
gray.
and
Yes.
gray.
And
Well,
it
that's
has
not
this
neon.
sensitivity thing so you can feel like 1 or 2 or 3 ice cubes. If they fill it with water, that's what it's going to have, that feeling with the vibration. And
So yeah, it's not. They call it HD Rumble, but
yeah, to me that.
it's not. I mean, it is a different type of vibration, but now yes. So if you're holding the controller, an example they used with the ice cubes, if the ice cubes drop into the cup. And you're holding the controller, which represents the cup. You actually feel them in there, and you can shake the controller to feel the things in the controller.
Oh, wow.
So at the event that I went to, they had a demo where you have a box with marbles in it, and the objective of the game is to try and figure out how many marbles are inside the box. Now, obviously, it just looks like a controller. You can't see the marbles in there. So what you have to do is move the controller in your hands to feel the marbles roll around, and they clack off of each other, and you can feel them like lining up against the sides of the controller and stuff like that. And that's how
Like
you
little
play the game.
games you used to play, yeah.
You figure out how many are in there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the new type of rumble that the system has. What do you think of that?
Sounds good. Got to be extra sensitive.
Yeah, I would think it's just that, extra sensitive. It would
No,
depend-
well, I'm asking what you think of it, not what it has to do.
I guess for people that are really into gaming, it's an add-on. For some like me who struggles, maybe a generational thing, or an actual ability, it would almost, could it potentially be a distraction? I'm not so sure. Or is it figured in to be
It's
just
gotta
that, an
be part of the
add-on? Like you
game.
gotta
There's
take
gonna
it
be
into
a
consideration?
reason.
There's the,
Yeah, they're
you
not
know,
going to just put it into
It's got to be a reason why you would need
Yeah,
to
they
do that.
integrate it into the game. They're not just going to put it in there to
Don't-
distract you.
Don't give your mother anything because I think she's gonna hit me. with it. So,
Well,
you-
think about what you're saying. They're going to make the game, and then they're going to throw that stuff into it and just let it do whatever it wants and be like,
Hey,
well, here you go.
the creative minds work in different ways.
All right,
you
so
know?
how about this? From
Right.
here on out, I'm going to show you other stuff, and you tell me perhaps how that could be implemented. How that feature could be implemented in the games that you're going to see. You get it?
Implemented, yeah. Yeah, I get it.
Why are you acting so weird? Well,
You're
I
telling me to be weak.
I told you to be you.
Okay.
So
No,
I'm
no,
getting
I
mad.
understand. You're going to show me new features or...
No, I'm going to
No.
show you new game trailers.
Okay. And you're going to show me how the new controller
He's
could be
gonna
added.
ask you.
Well,
how-
some of them will, but yeah, and other ones I'm asking you to tell me.
I'll ask your mother.
Okay, so that's a game called 1-2 Switch. What the hell is going on?
It can set up different situations where you're going to be competitive, just like in the beginning of the trailer, where who draws their gun first and fires first, right? Timing. It must judge the speed of, not must, it apparently does judge the speed of
Not
reaction
must,
time.
does.
Yeah, it's, right? What do you say, gamer?
This isn't anything about gamer, non-gamer. This
No.
is about you asking you what you think. That's all.
Well, that's what I think.
So,
That's
all
what
right,
they're
well, what-
attempting to do, and they're putting it into different formats.
What do you think of that trailer?
I think it's pretty cool.
You would be interested in
Yes,
playing something like
yes. Mm-hmm.
that, Mom.
Yeah.
Not sold on it.
No, it's
Well, go ahead.
You can. I want you to tell the truth. I don't want you to.
I don't think that's anything new. I mean, a lot of games are timing and
Yes, timing's involved in all video games. That's true. But the only one you saw that was timing was just the shooting each other.
No, the boxing. Maybe does it count when a blow was landed if they're in a boxing match?
I'm gonna say this again. The only one that had anything to do with time, as far as what we saw, was the shooting one, because whoever pulls the trigger first wins.
so apparently they're gonna sense each other.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
The whole point of the game is you don't even really need the TV to play it. You are supposed to look at your opponent. So in Quick Draw,
So it'd be like two people playing.
so yes, in Quick Draw, the one that you're saying, you would look at each other, and you
Mhm.
try and fake each other out.
Have a tell as to when you're going to draw your gun.
Yeah,
And
it's
keep the
real.
other person.
It's real life. You do it whenever you want. There's nothing in the game that tells you to do it. You are trying to get the jump on your opponent. So you get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then there's other games in there, like there's a ping pong game where you play off of each other, but you're looking at each other to play. You don't need the TV screen. Then there's the cow milking one that they showed, where you're in a race against each other, milking udders, and you use the controller to milk, and then you feel the milk coming out of the udder and stuff like that.
Ew.
There's a safe cracking one where you're turning the controller and you feel the clicks of the safe.
Oh,
and
really?
you're feeling
The tumblers, that sounds.
You're feeling for a specific spot to. It's the first to unlock 3 tumblers to get the safe open, stuff like that. But the focus of the game
Does it
is
blow up? Like
the
a bomb game?
the new HD Rumble, as well as the separate little controllers, and you're not looking at this TV screen. You're playing against each other. One of them is a game where you one person has a sword and one person is supposed to try and catch the sword, and
What the? You don't want to do that.
with your hands, like
No.
But again, you're looking at each other, so the person with the sword will be like acting like they're gonna swing, and you're trying to fake out the other person you're playing against. So you could do a little like a little hesitation, and they go to clap.
But that's a short game because then you got your hands cut off.
You can in real life you don't. You can play it as many times as you want. All right, so what do you think of that? Doesn't seem like you're too keen on it.
I'm fairly keen.
Jeez.
How about this? Scale of 1 to 10, your interest level.
7.
Yeah, I would give it a 7.
Solid 7.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a look at this one.
7, come
You
11.
know I don't emote a lot.
Wow, what an original name. Arms.
Well, do you get it?
Yes.
Okay, explain it.
Apparently, when you I don't know, as you mentioned earlier, will you be looking at the TV? But here, I would think you would have to. But maybe
No,
not.
I'm asking the name. Just asking. You said arms, original name. I said, do you get it? You said yes. I said, explain it.
Well, because whatever you do, whatever motion you make with the controller is going to be extended or duplicated in the characters as it's displayed on the screen.
Arms.
Yes, but do you get the other meaning of the word arms?
No, I don't.
They're your weapons.
Arms.
Your arms are your arms.
Stand corrected.
I thought you didn't.
It's an arms race.
So what do you think of that one?
I like it. But In a traditional sense, I think would it appeal to people who want to do fisticuffs or whatever, you know?
I don't know what that means.
Would it feel more to
I
a
know what
male
fisticuffs
audience,
means.
or
You're
not?
asking me if a boxing game appeals
Yeah.
more to a male audience. I don't know.
In a traditional sense, I
So
know
you-
we have
but
to
you would
tread
have to buy
lightly.
2 more controllers.
If you're going to do 2-player like that, yes.
Mm. I think it's pretty cool. I like it.
Yeah, it's a 5 for me.
I knew you wouldn't like it.
I would be terrible at it, I'm sure, but I always think I could do that.
So again,
but I
that,
think it would be like an 8.
that could be played all motion controls or all button controls. So if you didn't want to do motion stuff, you don't have to, but if you want to do motions, you do. So, you know, obviously punching left and punching right, that's how that works. But also, curving your punches curves your arms in the
Hook,
game. So
yeah.
you do your hook punches and stuff
Or
like
an
that.
uppercut.
And then you can also push both arms forward to grab your opponent.
Well, yeah, see, that's ultimate fighting. That's
You're-
right.
You know, with their stretching ribbon arms, yes.
But that in the traditional fighting, you wouldn't be doing that.
You're watching a game
I
with
know,
people
well,
with
yeah,
long
but
stretching arms.
it starts as a premise when you're just talking about a curved punch as a hook,
I
and
get
I go
it.
uppercut,
I
and you
get
go
it.
grab.
But the things you say are so weird.
No, they're not weird. If I'm going to
That's
grab,
not
then I'm
weird.
going ultimate fighting.
Okay, so what do you want me to call this game? So if you were Nintendo, you would be like ARMS, our ultimate fighting game.
No, it's just part of the mix as
So
I
what would
view
you
it.
call it then?
Huh? I would call it go scratch a place that itches or something. I don't know.
That's what I mean. You make weird comments. I ask you to explain, and you're
I'm
like,
not
I got
making-
nothing.
I don't know what I would call it. I'm just saying those motions are involved in motions you would make with, as you explained to me, I noticed arms, and Mommy said arms and armament, right? What is so weird about that?
It's not bad.
What is really?
So, yeah, I get your UFC. See, this is the thing with you, and this is completely unrelated to video games. You take boxing very seriously, and you really, hold on, and you really like boxing. And if anybody says anything that is slightly unrelated to boxing, you go, oh, that's UFC stuff. That's Ultimate Fighting. like I don't know the difference. Yes, I know in boxing you don't grab your opponent and
well,
throw
there's nothing
them.
to well,
No,
yeah.
you kick them.
Like, I get that you like boxing. I'm sorry I offended you
didn't
by
offend
talking
me.
about grabbing your
No, it's
opponent.
just a point of reference for me. I see the distinction.
But
That's
anyway.
all. There's holding and grabbing in traditional boxing.
You
also.
not throwing, as far
Not
as I know.
throwing. No, that's
So,
taekwondo.
so you say that's an 8 out of 10 for you.
I like the game.
Mom, you said 5 out of 10. But
I'd
you
be
don't like
terrible
fighting
at it.
games. I know you don't like fighting games.
Something with knitting.
Shut up.
that 1-2
What is
switch.
that? It is that one knitting game, right?
That 1-2 game. There are games with knitting in it.
See?
Yes, that 1-2 switch game might have a knitting game for all we know. All right, next trailer.
Next trailer.
There you go. That's the trailer for the new Mario game coming to Switch. What did you think of that one?
Your turn.
You can have an opinion, Dan. It's okay. Go ahead.
Look good. I liked it. Apparently the hat is going to be a tool you use to jump.
Yeah, see, Mom pays attention.
I said a boomerang hat. What am I supposed to say? I haven't even-
I'm not discounting that you said that.
I like
noticed
how you
it
can go
over-
from realistic looking background to cartoony background.
Yeah, so apparently
to
he
video game
travels.
background.
He travels all over to different locations, not necessarily on this planet, but yes, there's the cityscape, and then there's very cartoony stuff, and then
Mhm.
there's the jungle-ish place that you see. Yeah, and yes, the new stuff is Mario can throw his hat this time and jump off of it, and there's obviously something more going on with hats because Bowser's wearing a hat and he does something with his hat, and then if you notice in the
Yeah,
trailer.
your hat has eyes.
Yes, your hat has eyes, and in the trailer there's hat shops around, so it seems like maybe Mario will be able to go in there and get different types of hats to do different
You
things.
could be a
I'd
haberdasher.
like a hoverboard hat.
Yeah.
So, scale 1 to 10, Dad? What do you think of that one?
I a 5 or 6, I guess. I
And
don't
it's
know.
an 8 for me.
Because why, Dad?
Well, I just see it's the original platform, and they're trying to make it fresh, and it does look a little bit different, but it's like it's Mario. I also can't play Mario, but I see what they're trying to do, which is a nice approach, a nice little add-on. Do you know whether you would? I would assume you'd be able to pick what your background would be, or do you start at some, beginning place and
You
it's
mean
that?
worlds?
Yeah, the world.
Background would be. What do you mean? Like
Mom
where
just said
Mario's
worlds.
from?
No, he means like cities or
Like they show.
jungle.
Are you asking me? Can you pick where you start
Right,
the game? I
right.
have no idea.
Well, then.
What does that matter?
I don't know whether it matters.
I'm
or
just
doesn't.
asking you. I'm curious why you would say that.
Because I'm not a gamer. I'm going, where do you start from? And if you start from that beginning place as going through the game after you obtain whatever you may need to obtain to continue moving on, does it then put you into another world? Doesn't
Well,
it?
you're obviously going to visit different places. It's that's such a weird question. It's like if you saw a trailer for a movie and you're like, where does the movie start? How do I get to these other places?
I think this is the elder abuse portion of the program.
Mom, will you back me up? Isn't it a weird question?
No, it's not.
I've told
It
you
isn't.
all along your father is
No,
weird.
he's not weird. He's just, it comes with...
Daddy's train of
So wait,
thought is
this is maybe I'm listening wrong. So
You
if I was
probably
like
are.
Super Mario Odyssey, you start off in, let's call that New York City. You start off in New York City. Or I was like Super Mario Odyssey, you start off in the...
Is it a journey, or are we at the Greek
Are you
islands?
gonna let me
and it's
say
called-
it?
Well, you just asked me. I'm
No, I'm not even finished yet. If I said it started in New York City, or I said it started in the
Oh.
Mexican-style town that you see in the trailer, would one of those make you want the game more than the other?
No, not
So
necessarily.
then I don't understand why
You
you're
talk in circles. I don't know.
I don't understand why you're asking then.
Why isn't that a valid question? I don't understand why.
Where do you
For a
start?
person who's not so,
Well,
I
what
do
does-
these to make you
no,
happy,
what
Kevin.
Kevin's saying is, why does that matter?
Just a point of interest. I would think it might pique somebody's interest to say, "Wow, I'm in New York City." Someone who wasn't.
I
familiar
know,
with New York
yeah,
City.
but your question was where do you start?
Just wondering. I don't know where.
So
you start.
you're-
At the beginning.
So
How about
yeah,
that?
that's where it starts. So you're just asking literally where do you? Oh, you know why he's asking this? Because everything we watch on TV, he's like, where's that? How do you get to there?
Take it left, make it right.
Walk out the door without a GPS and see how far you get.
Oh, I
Not
should've
a problem.
thought that. I don't
Oh
know why I
yeah,
didn't
that's
think
it. That's it.
All right, let's go to
Okay,
another
we're done
trailer.
here.
There you go. Splatoon 2 was announced for the Switch. What do you think of that?
Looks good. Looks like you get really cool weapons.
Yeah, it has new weapons and
The
new.
jetpack? Well, that wasn't in Splatoon.
I like
What
the
was
giant
it?
No,
roller,
well,
the
yeah, it was.
giant paint roller
Was, okay.
thing.
Well, that's in the first one, but I know you guys don't know much about Splatoon other than what the characters look like. But it's a game where you paint the ground, and whatever team in a certain amount of time has more ground covered in their color wins. So most online games are focused on killing the other team as many times as you can. This is more focused on what team has their color painted on the ground most. You can kill the other people, obviously, and it
But that
pushes
may
them
not help
back,
you.
but
Right.
yeah, the objective is to paint the ground your color the most. So what do you think of that?
I liked it.
I'll give it a 5, maybe. I'm like,
Yeah, when you say that, that's.
I didn't think it was that. Well,
I just want to
didn't think
know
it was
why
that-
you're saying it. I want to stress that I'm not offended
okay.
and I'm not mad. I just
If
want
you
to.
want, I'll offend you.
No, you go. I'll give it a 5. I want to know that. That's what I want to hear.
To me, to my untrained eye, it didn't seem to be all that much different than Splatoon 1. But
Yes, they are very similar to one another. It's true, but this will have new maps and new customization for your character and new weapons and other stuff that they haven't.
Mom picked up on the new weapons. I thought the weapons were effective from a further distance and more forceful. I don't know. Had
Well,
more impact.
it's odd because you're discussing it from like the perspective of someone who has played Splatoon, but you haven't.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Like, no, I'm just asking. Like, that's fine. It's just your statements are leading. Your statements make it sound like you've played the first one.
I tried to play the first one.
I don't even think you did. I think
Yeah,
you
we
saw
did.
it a little
No,
bit.
me and
No,
Mom,
you
I
did a
played a
little
little bit, and then I fell down.
All right, I'll give you another trailer.
All right. Puyo Tetris? Oh, Puyo Tetris?
No, just two Poyos.
Okay.
So that is
Those
two
Poyos.
puzzle games combined into one. Obviously, you know Tetris. And the other one is Puyo Puyo, which is color matching. And you'll switch between the two modes when you play. And that's what it is.
That makes it a lot harder.
That's a mind blower.
You can play online, like I said. You can play locally against each other, 4-player, and yeah, I mean, Puyo Puyo isn't hard to pick up. Like I said, you match colors, and Tetris you already know how to play. So, what do you think of that?
I like it. I give it an 8.
Yeah, an 8. Yes, Dad.
I would be straining to distinguish the colors.
So no good.
Nah, you know, Tetris don't work for me. It's just
All right.
just happen.
Oh no, we're not doing. All right.
We got one now,
Must be a
ladies and
good one.
gentlemen.
There you go. So that's called Sonic Mania. It's a brand new Sonic with brand new stages and reimagined classic stages. So they've taken stages from previous Sonic games and reimagined them. And then they also have included brand new stages. Obviously, it's in a retro style, and that's coming to the Switch. What do you think about that? Mom, I know you hate Sonic.
I give that a 5.
Yeah, I love the look of Sonic and all that.
I can't follow what goes-
Yeah,
it's
it's
too
too
fast.
hectic, but that could have something to do
One
with
kid has one complaint about Sonic is that he's too fast.
For old eyes, yes, it's too fast.
Well, your eyes weren't always old. Like when it originally came out in '91, you weren't that old. What, you were like 70 or
But
something?
I've always had bad eyes. I had one that went like that. One like that.
Well, so Sonic Mania, you're like,
Eh. It's an eh for me.
Come see, come sa.
Has a nice look, but I never enjoyed playing it.
Men's a
Yeah,
bit.
Dad, I'm surprised you didn't really badmouth the look of it because you hate games.
I
that
was
look
gonna,
retro.
but I thought they were. Didn't have. It looked to me like they were blending the reimagined with when they added the new characters. It looked somehow updated to me. So
It is purely retro looking. Like the gameplay footage is what the game looks like. If you're talking about the artwork, that's just artwork. Like the footage of the game that's how the game looks.
okay.
I'm
Well,
just-
I started to say something, but
go ahead.
No, I didn't. I agree with what you just said. The old, there was all the classics, but by comparison to today's animation and the look of the games, I don't like the old style.
Yeah, I was just
The retro.
waiting for you to jump on that right away.
Well, it was going so fast I couldn't jump.
All right, next trailer.
Next trailer.
So that is a re-release of Mario Kart 8, which was on the Wii U, which you played, with new characters, new tracks, and it has a brand new battle mode in it, which is the mode you saw with all the balloons on the back of the carts. And you chase around other people to pop their balloons, and whoever pops the most balloons wins. So now you played Mario
like
Kart
a wet
8.
T-shirt contest.
You liked Mario Kart 8 a
Yeah,
lot.
I did. Yes.
So I imagine you're interested.
Did you
in
like
this.
it? No.
She's not
I
really
like
into
it,
racing
but I
games.
can't play it well.
Well, I feel sorry for you.
All right, scale 1 to 10. What do you think of this one?
That's a tough one, boy.
I give it a 7.
I'm good at 9 3/4.
Whoa, big fan
That's
of
only
Mario
because
Kart.
I can win it.
I can just maybe do it a little
Well,
bit. that's
listen,
all.
when it comes to like racing, I'm sure he can do well. But when it comes to the battle mode, I think you'll do
No.
better, Mom.
See, so we could battle it out.
All right, now what I'm going to show you is a Sizzle reel, which is a whole bunch of games coming to the Switch quickly shown.
Am
Some
I
of
gonna
them
throw
you
up?
will have seen already. Some of them are going to be new. All right, that was a Sizzle reel of things coming to the Switch.
Makes me excited.
Some of those will be there day one. Some of those will not. They'll be launch month and summer, or spring and summer, and then some closer to holiday 2017, stuff like that. But
Holiday.
that's a quick look at some of the games coming to the Switch.
Holiday.
I saw a lot of
Well, it should be a
Lego,
very eventful year. I
Lego
think.
games. That
Yeah.
was fun.
Yeah, I know you like Lego games, yeah. That's an original Lego game. It came out on the Wii U, but you didn't play it. It's Lego City Undercover. It's about like a cop, but it's not, like Batman or Jurassic Park or any of those. It's their own thing. So what'd you think of that trailer?
I think it was exciting. It was something in there for everyone.
Well, that's a good way to say it. Trying to think. Well, I don't know if I should. Well, let me see. Was there anything in there that stuck out to you in particular? Something you saw that you really liked the look of, or something you saw that you were interested in?
I just appreciated that some
I
of the,
like
to
the
me,
Link stuff.
yeah, the artwork on the Zelda game, and the different styles. that they're just trying to appeal to just that different interest and different appreciations of where they present the games.
Alright, so, for me,
Mm.
this was one of my favorite games that I played. I'm gonna need to explain it a bit because they don't have an official trailer. There's only gameplay footage I can show you, but I'll explain.
Is it you playing?
No,
No.
this is not me
Oh,
playing.
no, you know I don't like these.
I
Yeah.
knew you would.
1950s bad animation.
So,
Flat.
So this is figure out the puzzle?
yes, this is a puzzle game. It's called Snipperclips. So what you do is you play as these two characters, the red one and the yellow one. Now what you do is there will be shapes that you need to make out of the characters. See, all right, see how there's that dotted line?
Mhm.
Yeah.
You two have to work together to figure out how to fit into that dotted line. And you do that by lining up with the other character, and you each have the ability to snip pieces out
Oh, boy.
of your partner.
I can't play
So
around.
I haven't watched this video. I just looked for gameplay footage really quick. But see, you can't be outside the lines. You need to fill in the
this-
dotted line with your shape. So
this
see,
is
that guy
intense.
lined himself up and cut the bottom part off of the yellow guy.
Wow.
Now see, the red guy's still too big.
He's
So the
gotta-
red guy needs to have part of himself snipped off. So
Is that
this
like-
yellow guy is going to go in and snip eventually.
You gotta have a donor thing on your license or what?
There we go. So now they should have the shape that they need to fit in that dotted line. And the meter up top checks that you're lined up good enough, and there you go. So they beat that level. So this is a cooperative puzzle game where you have to work together to solve
Oh, it's
puzzles
two
like
different
that.
people?
Oh, these are two people, yeah. As
Oh.
far my understanding is this is four
That
player.
never goes
Not
well
gonna-
for
no,
Daddy and
no,
I.
not gonna work.
So there's I don't know what happened here. That I thought they were going to show it, but there's footage of like one level has a basketball hoop, and there's something you have to press to get the basketball to fall out, but your character's too big, so you have to snip your other character into a skinnier shape to press the button, and then the basketball falls down, but you need a way to carry it. So you need to cut one of your characters into like a hoop or like a basket shape or a half rounded shape to carry the basketball, and then you can walk over to the hoop and hopefully jump up and throw it in. So it's really focused on co-op. It's really focused on working with the other player. You are not gonna, it's not gonna work if you don't have somebody who's gonna cooperate.
Well, I can't play, I might be able to play with you, but how about your mother?
And this uses HD Rumble, where when you snip your
Oh, yeah?
partner,
You get-
it
you get a
feels like a pair of
response? Yeah.
scissors. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Like I said, we played it at the event, but when you actually snip, that's what the controller feels like. It feels
Wow.
like you're
Cutting
snipping a
paper
pair of
or
scissors.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like I said, honestly, that was one of my favorites. I really enjoyed that. But I love co-op experiences, and I love puzzle games. And I know this isn't going to be everybody's cup of tea, but what do you guys think?
Your mother would like it.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
No,
Looks good to me.
I would probably cut my
I'd have to
nose
come
off.
over and play with you.
Yeah, no. Well, like I said, I think it's 4 players, so we could all try and play.
Yeah.
And have
That'll
Dad
work.
stand off to the corner.
I'll go play with the cat.
But scale of 1 to 10, what do you give that?
That's an 8.
Yeah, because of my preferences, I would just say a 5, just
Well,
to be
that's
fair.
what I'm asking. And your 5, I'm guessing, is based mostly on art style.
Yeah, I don't like the
I know.
look of it.
All right, so just for me,
Yes.
minus the art style, what would you give it?
I appreciate the concept and what they're trying to do. They're going to get more people just to play one given game, which is just the
Give
interest motivator. So
Just looking for a number.
us a number, hon.
then I would give it maybe a 7.
Oh, so 2 points off for just the way it looks. All right,
Yeah.
you're right in line with today's game. I knew people were going to look at how this looked and be like, nope, don't want it. All right, so
Yes.
there's something else I'm going to show you, but not until after we have this discussion. So you've seen a handful of games for the Switch. You've seen some of the technology that it has. So it has motion controls like the Wii did and the Wii U does. It has HD Rumble, which is brand new. That lets you feel things in a different way than traditional Rumble. So like we said, you'll feel things dropping into the glass, or you feel the marbles in the controller, or you feel the snipping of the paper in this game, for example. In ARMS, the boxing / UFC game, when I was playing it, for example, when my character got knocked down, when I hit the ground, I could feel the thud of my character hitting the ground in my controller. And when I was actually playing it, I stopped for a second. I was like, wow, that was really cool. It's just a little something where your brain registers and you're like, oh, that's
Trying
different.
to process what
And
it was. Your,
the characters in that
experience.
game have different types of arms.
Mhm.
So some have chain arms and some have ribbon arms. But when you go to punch, you feel a different sensation for that. So obviously a chain arm is like a and a ribbon arm
Or
is a lot
stiffer
smoother.
response. Yeah, yeah.
So you feel that in your hand as you're throwing punches.
I wonder how they managed that.
So there's that. Then you know from the original trailer that the Switch is portable and a console, so you plug it into your TV through the dock, you just drop it into the dock, or if you want to leave your house with it, it's the same thing. You just pick it up out of the dock and you go. You don't need anything else. So you play the same things at home that you play on the go. The system includes the screen, obviously, because that's the main component. It includes the two controllers, the one that you slide on
What
either
about
side.
that thing that goes on the side of the controller when it looked
Is
like
that
they
some
were-
way to
Well,
charge
the
it? That-
No, that is. It gives you bigger shoulder buttons to hold on to. Plus, it's the wrist strap. So if you're playing a motion control
So
game,
it firms it up.
so then on top of that, it'll just give you a bigger grip on the little controller.
Yeah.
But the box includes the screen, the two controllers you slide on the side, the dock, obviously, and it has a more traditional controller shell. So something that looks like a more traditional controller, like what you see on the floor. You slide the two controllers into that and you hold them like a traditional controller. You know what I mean, Dad?
Yes, I do.
Or you can just sit on the couch and have freehand both controllers and play freehanded if you want. So
Well, what
No.
do you mean by freehand versus the controller's the
They're not
controller?
okay, look,
connected
ready?
together.
Here, I'm
They're
gonna
two
show you.
separate.
Here, take these.
Yeah,
So if they were in a traditional controller shell, your
Okay.
hands would be like this.
closer together.
Yeah, like you were
Okay.
holding that.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
freehanded is like this.
Oh, they're separated.
You can move them
Okay.
wherever you
All
want.
right,
and
all right. I didn't-
That has nothing to do with
I
motion
didn't
control. It's just
understand that the term
comfort.
was being
So like if
applied.
you were
Less-
playing, you can have one
Yeah,
hand.
less, yeah,
Look at me.
encumbered,
You can have
yeah.
one hand up here and one over here. It doesn't
Okay.
matter. And blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's it. So
be
there's 5
straightforward.
games out at launch. And there's more coming in the launch month, and then obviously more after that. What do you think the cost of the system is?
No.
Just the system?
Everything
Well, the
I said
system
that's in the
is-
box.
Contain, I'm
It
gonna
doesn't
say,
come with a game.
There is no game in the box.
I'd say about
there's the rub.
300.
They're actually giving you quite a bit within the system itself.
Just need a number.
Yeah, okay.
Price is right here.
714, you carried a 4. I'm gonna say maybe because they want you to purchase the game, and how much are the games?
They could range anywhere from 60 to 10.
I'm gonna take a shot and say something like, I don't know, 275?
Okay, Mom was right on. It's $300. So you're not far off. What was that reaction?
Just saying.
I don't know. No, tell me what
I
your
won.
reactions
That's
mean.
what
That's what I.
reaction is.
Yeah. Tell me what your reaction was.
Well, I wanted to go for 300, but I thought having a price of the system at 300 and then the purchase price of brand new games at another 50 to more, I thought might be a bit much. But I think they're going to offer it the way it is because it's different, and it seems like you're getting more than just a console in the game. You're getting the controllers, you're getting the
Well,
distinctive
Every
controllers.
system comes with a controller.
Yeah, but these are different controllers.
yes,
and it's
I would
portable.
also make that argument. Yes. See.
Okay.
Now these. Wow, that's weird. Those are the things I would say about it, because everybody was, majority of people, myself included, was hoping that it was $250, and that was based on what we knew in the first trailer. What we knew in the first trailer was a screen
Just the system.
that was a portable on the go. You play it at home or you play it on the go. But then after we saw the presentation, you saw that it had the HD rumble. You saw that
That's
it
what
had,
they held back. They're being cute. That's like.
you saw that it had motion controls, which you
Right,
didn't know.
right.
And then also something we didn't even touch on, which I'm sure Mom may have picked up on it, but you didn't, Dad. One of the controllers has a camera in it that actually looks at.
See, remember in the very beginning, although I didn't pick up on it, I was just being, let's make a silly statement, but I says, I wonder, can you take pictures with it?
Well, it's
Remember,
not
right,
that
play it back.
type of camera. Yeah, I heard you
Well,
say that.
All right, well.
But the one guy shows, for example, rock, paper, scissors. He's
Yeah.
holding the controller, and the controller
And
can
it brings
see
it further
that
closer.
what he's holding for rock, paper, scissors.
So
And
it can
you're
see the shape.
gonna-
Well, it
yes,
has to.
it sees
Okay.
other things too. It's a
Well,
camera.
what can you show it?
So like in that 1-2 switch game, One of the mini games in there is seeing how fast you can eat a sandwich. The controller is the sandwich. You point the camera at your face, so the camera's looking for your mouth eating movements,
Okay.
and you feel the sandwich through the HD rumble disappearing in your hand because you're eating it. You get what I'm saying? So that's one that uses the HD rumble and the camera in conjunction with one another.
Controllers that get slobbered on.
Well, you don't actually put it in your mouth. So you guys, so you said $275. You wanted to go 3. You said 3, but you feel 3 is a fair price based on what you saw.
People are going to debate whether 3 is a fair price because I think the add-on of the prices of the games, there's still going to be that portion of the buying public that are going to go
Yeah, but
3
you
and
can
then
get a game
60.
from anywhere from 10 to.
Well, I don't know. Yeah. So you can get. Are they going to make available games like Mom just said, as little as $10? Is it going to be a
I
retro
said that
market?
to you.
Well, they're in the family, right? But
So like Snipperclips, for example, I don't know how much Snipperclips is going to be.
Doesn't seem like
it's
it's
not
gonna
going to
be
be a
that
$50 game. It's
Right.
not going to be a $60 game, and it's not even coming out at retail. It's going to be download only. So that right there, it's going to be a cheaper game. I'd say. I mean, I could be surprised, but I'd say at most $30. But I'm expecting 20, if not less than that. But yes, there will be games that are digital that will be $10. There's some. There might be even some that are less than that. But the retail games as of right now are $50, $60.
Well, then that would be the newer games, completely new,
Well,
and
Snipperclips
or
is completely new.
yeah, right. And then the add-ons, the improvements, or like the Sonic being re-imaged and reimagined, right? So
If you,
there's a market for all of it.
when you buy a system and you get it,
That's how it
is
works.
there going to be anything to play?
Packed in on the system? As far as we know right now, no. So you're going to have to buy a game.
So really, at time of purchase, you're going to have to buy something, otherwise you can't do anything with it.
Yeah, depending.
Can you, or can you download something?
Well, you could download.
You
but
still have to purchase. You don't
Still have to
download
buy
it for
it.
free.
Yeah, but it would. Yeah, but nothing's totally free. But there would be, like you said, maybe a $10 purchase price.
for something
Depending on
like-
what games, yeah, you're making this sound really confusing when it's not.
Well,
You
I
can
think
buy
it
the
is.
system, and depending
I
on
understand
what
that.
games are out day one, like I said,
An
there's-
obvious statement, right?
do you want to explain it, or do you want me to explain it?
Go ahead.
There'll be 5
You
games
need to
out.
speak.
Some of those games will be cheaper than others. Like The Legend of Zelda is coming out day 1. When the system comes out, you will be able to buy that
So
game.
you know that's
That's
going
going
to
to be a $60
$60
experience, yes. A 1-2 Switch is a $50 experience. And then there's other games in there as well. But yes, there will be games that range all those prices. But at launch, you will have to decide what game you want because you would be buying the system and then not bringing home a game with it. But you could come home and download a game for it. So Puyo Puyo Tetris, that in stores is $40, but if you buy it download without the box or the cartridge, that's $30. So you can come home and buy that $10 cheaper if you don't mind not having
So
it.
you really should figure on spending about $350.
Yeah, I would imagine people are going to at least get one game, yes. So, but both of you seem to think that what you're getting in the system warrants the $300 price.
I think it's value for
Yeah.
money. Yeah.
Because the discussion now is, so Xbox One and PS4 both came
I was
out
just
much
gonna
more
say that.
expensive than that, but they have more graphical horsepower, so their games look, whatever, more realistic or push more polygons or stuff like that. So if memory serves me right, Xbox One was $500. PS4 was $400. Now we're years into those systems' lives, and they've dropped down to $300.
So then you do you
So
constantly
that's actually a good price, the $300.
right?
For the Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah, but do you constantly
say
have
no, but,
those
yeah.
two camps? A competitive environment in the gaming industry between adherence to PS4 and what's the other one?
Xbox. What are you
Xbox.
asking me?
Well, will you have it's just that a fan base or
What are you asking me?
You have those two
What's the
competing but
question?
parallel environments in that PS4 and Xbox, as you say, the graphics are more
So
powerful.
For the sake of the argument, there's parity between those two systems as far as graphic capabilities
Okay.
go.
And then versus Nintendo, what they offer. So you have two different camps.
What is your? I don't understand what your question
The
is.
style of the game.
No, it's not
No, it's
style.
got
It's
nothing.
actually
The appearance?
no.
Okay.
Listen to me. It's the horsepower of the system. Then the Switch can have games that are realistic looking, but they
Okay.
may not be
Minor.
able to be
Okay.
as close to what the
Okay.
Xbox One and the PS4 do.
All
I
right.
think the big thing is though, you can take it with you. It's portable. You can't.
See, I mean, like I said, this is the whole discussion going on right now. There's no right or wrong side, but there are people who are like, the Switch is overpriced. It doesn't have the horsepower of the PS4 or the Xbox One. Then there are people like, the Switch is just fine. It gives you, it may not have that horsepower, but it has HD rumble, it has the IR camera, it has the ability to be portable and go wherever you want. So the discussion is where people feel value lies, because traditionally in game systems, it seems the overall feeling is that people are willing to pay more for graphical fidelity, and people aren't willing to pay more if a system doesn't look as good graphically, but offers other features.
I'm
get what
with
I'm
the
saying?
second camp.
Yeah,
So,
I would.
Now I'm with neither camp. I just
I can
play
appreciate
games.
both, right?
Like I appreciate the horsepower of the PS4 and the Xbox One. I appreciate the portability and the unique control features of the Switch. Basically, for me, it's just if it's a system that plays games, I'm there. That's all I want, because I enjoy games first and
Well,
foremost. That's
yeah.
it for me.
Yeah.
But that, instead of the argument, or instead of the discussion being back and forth, I feel this way, I feel this way. Okay, it's, I feel this way and you're wrong, and you feel this way and you're wrong.
Then it's just a lover of the video game environment, and you're not alone for sure. This should have as wide appeal as they would expect it or want it to have. That would be
Who,
my...
Nintendo?
Yes.
Well, according to the reaction online, you would be wrong, but we will see. So there's two ways of looking at it. We don't know how well the Switch is going to do. We just have no idea. Pre-orders right now are great. Pre-orders have sold out. As far as there's a couple retailers that haven't done them, but if you try and go online to GameStop or Best Buy or Amazon or Walmart or Target, you cannot get them. Their allotments are filled. You can go in stores to Walmart. Walmart has some crazy thing where it's taking pre-orders forever. So there's going to be some heartbreak moment where somebody thinks they have a pre-order and they're not going to get it. But
then is it just like most things in the world, and that's a serious or silly conversation where it's just dollars and cents and how much you can afford to get and allow you access to something that you simply enjoy to do? As you said, I just like games, no matter what the platform, right? So I like games, PS4 or PlayStation. Oh wow,
those are the
look at
same
that.
thing.
Right,
Xbox.
excuse me, and now Nintendo Switch, but I can't afford PS4 and Xbox.
So I'll get a Switch is what you're saying?
Yeah, because it allows me to play games.
Well, yes, there may be people out there, like less than 10 of them, that are like that.
What do I know?
But yeah, because the graphical parity isn't there between the Switch and the PS4 and the Xbox One, there will be games that will come to those systems that won't come to the Switch, but then vice versa. All Nintendo's first-party games will not appear on PS4 and Xbox One, so you'll never get Mario, Zelda, Kirby, Animal Crossing, Metroid, Mario Kart, blah, 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 Fire Emblem, any number of 20 to 30 franchises in there that will never appear on those systems. So for some people, it's trying to decide what you want more, a dearth of third-party franchises like Call of Duty or I'm trying to think of other big third-party stuff, Resident Evil, or do you want the Marios and the Zeldas and stuff like that? So, again, no right or wrong answer, just interesting. I like hearing what you guys say because you're so far removed from the discussion that it's interesting to me.
Well,
on top of that,
you
didn't own a Wii, but you owned a Wii U. And oh yeah, I was expecting you to say something. They showed Minecraft in there.
I noticed it, the little guys up on top.
I thought you'd be happy about that.
Were you happy?
Yeah.
You're happy.
All right, so now that we're all done with that discussion, I'm showing you one more trailer.
Okay.
And
Just the Appalachian Trail, or?
boy, you keep making that joke.
No, I don't. I think it's the first time.
You've made trail mix jokes, then trail jokes so far.
Appalachian Trail Mix.
Yeah, they're all about trails. We get
Should I
it.
do the Lappy one again?
Not in this episode, no.
Okay.
All right, so this is
But
the
the
last
Trail of
trailer I'm
Tears.
showing you, and then we're then we're done. What do you think of that?
I like it.
That's a 9.
Yeah.
What?
I always like the music on the Zelda games, and I like some of the. I like when the animation is more realistic. I like that clouding effect, although I don't know what you
I
know.
like the horse, riding the horse.
The horse. It looks like a Clydesdale or a Bergeron.
So again, that's day one when the system comes out. You can buy that game. So you can buy your Switch and get that game, or if you have a Wii U, it's coming out on that as well.
Well, and I would have charged them $400.
What do you think of that, Mom? You're a big fan.
I like that
It
a
looked
lot.
good.
Yeah, I'd say it looks good. I think that's one of the best trailers Nintendo's done. That
Yeah,
trailer
they
is
really-
really,
they
especially
really-
for someone who's a
They let
fan of
it
the
build,
franchise.
yeah.
Really well done. All right, well that's our Switch discussion. Now all that you got is launch. Comes out March 3rd.
What are we doing March 3rd?
You're gonna be playing stuff for this video, probably.
Switch. I'm going to switch to that.
That's what they do in the whole promo video. They
I used to be able to do it now with my
except that's a snack,
arthritis.
but
Yeah, I know.
you get it.
Yeah,
That's their whole thing, switching it up.
like that.
So, if you bought video games, which Mom you do, Dad you don't, would you buy a Switch?
Yeah,
Or you're asking me?
I have to
if
let-
I-
Well, you're
I
Dad.
have to ask
hello.
Daddy, but yes.
No, if I bought video games, I think I would buy this for sure.
Yeah.
I like the idea. I like the idea of the portability and the little add-ons, the response. You know, the feel of the. And I don't remember the term already, but you know, when you
HD
get
Rumble.
the HD rumble, right? The ability to determine movements with the built-in, the wrong term, but the camera eye, you know, in the controller. More.
Yeah, again, we don't know how many games are going to use that or what is going to use it. Like I said, 1-2 Switch we know uses it. We have to wait to see what other games are going to utilize that. But the HD Rumble is being used by a lot of games.
Yeah, well,
So, for example, when I was playing the demo of Zelda, when I was
Oh, you
Link,
got to play the demo?
yeah, when I was Link and I was walking into the swamp and I drowned, the controller
the swamp.
made the bubble up feeling. Like I could feel the swamp bubbles pop in the controller.
Wow.
I don't know how else to put it. And I was like, is that just me imagining things? So I walked back to the same spot 4 times to do it over and over again. I was like, no, you can actually feel that.
How was the game? The little one?
Well, we'll talk about it after I turn off the video. All right, that's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. 2 shows daily, 10 and 12.
Hey guys, RMC here from Go Nintendo. If you like what you saw in the video, why don't you give us a thumbs up and maybe even subscribe? We'd love to have you. If you want to see what else we're up to, you can check out GoNintendo.com for 24-hour Nintendo news. You can visit us on Facebook at Facebook.com/GoNintendo. You can check us out on Twitter at Twitter.com/GoNintendoTweet. And we're even over on Instagram at Instagram.com/GoNintendo. I put all the links in the description just to make it easier for you guys to follow. Thanks a lot.